So dug that little area. It's all at 0. Obviously the green light will be on when you're at 0. I mean, I'll demonstrate the speed that this responds. In a way, it's almost too accurate, because as you're digging, obviously that cutting edge is constantly moving in different angles, and you twist the bucket and move the boom in, etc. And it calculates that like instantly. And so your reading on your, you know, if you look at your numbers, gets a bit crazy, which is why really it'd be perfect if this could go to that sort of like 10mm increment, but they will get to that, so from what we're told. So there's a 0 at the moment, but if you move the boom up slightly, you see what I mean? It's like instant. It'll tell you. You can see the lights coming up as you raise. You know, really, I've got that set to the wrong things. I probably should change my sensitivity to be something like 100mm instead of the 60mm. I was just trying to get it to be as accurate as possible, but I really don't use that too much at the moment. I kind of stick with the numbers. But as you can check this, you can obviously bring your dipper in and then stick your thing down, and it'll tell you, okay, I'm 10mm out. It'll give you a tolerance of that, and you know, to be honest, it's flittering between the two as the machine's shaking slightly. So that's how sensitive it is. You know, the vibrations of the dipper and the engine on the tick over, you know, throw it that sort of 10mm. So it's a really sort of clever system like that. But if you're a decent operator, pretty much you get that first pull of what you're doing, and then you can see where you're going, and all you're doing really is using this as a check, which is all you really use the dude on the ground for. So it's, let's say, it just replaces that man on the ground really, and it's dead easy and quick, because you can see, oh yeah, that's where I am, and off you go. You're not having to go, oh, can you check this level, or no, wrong place, idiot, or any of that stuff. It's that simple. I do have to be careful with the tilt rotator, as I said, not to tilt it when I haven't got my tilt sensors on, because it doesn't know what angle. It assumes that bucket is square to the machine. For those of you without tilt rotators, obviously irrelevant, the tilt sensors, but the other thing I can't do is if I rotate that bucket, obviously the cutting edge moves in relation to its pivot point, and it's got absolutely no idea where it is. So the bigger Engcons, I believe, in particular, have got that EPS system, and they can actually integrate with Idig, and it'll know where that bucket is when it's rotated by, let's say, 40 degrees or whatever, and it'll know its tilt. So that's very clever, and the Idig will work with that. Unfortunately, the EC02 hasn't got that. Maybe one day Engcon, that'd be a lovely little upgrade, especially when you've got all this technology. Yeah, maybe EC oil as well, who knows, you make them about that big, that'd be lovely. So there's limits that I have to be careful with, but really, you know, essentially I wouldn't get that information with a bloke on a staff either, so I'm not really losing any info, I'm just not gaining what, you know, you boys with the bigger machines can get. But, you know, advantage to you, right? So it's even better. Now I'm going to move back, so we know that area is good, and I've got to go backwards to obviously get my next pull. Now I've changed, so if I hold it back on an area that I knew was good, like over here, it's telling me that I need to go down another 50mm. Now we know that's wrong, but of course to the machine it's right, because I've gone downhill by 50mm, basically, is what's happened. So all you do when you change and you know your area is good, is you zero it, which is a little green. Well, actually, you can use the green, but that'll tell it to go to point 2 again, because if I went back to my reference point, for example, it would work like that. But when I'm doing this, I just have to go to 0, say that that's the grade I want to go to at 0, and start digging. I've got way too many road pins around me, and I'll probably have to move again. Moved again, dead easy. Stick the bucket on a bit I knew was good, which is actually telling me it's 0 anyway, because whilst I didn't move very far, so then I can keep pulling. Now I don't even look at the screen in these situations, I just dig to what I know I can do, because if you keep looking at the screen it'll throw you off, because them numbers are going around like a merry-go-round. But what I tend to do is dig a bit, old school way, you know, by eye, as you did, and then you can check it, and then you know, oh, I've got 10 mil, go there, or whatever. So that little area there, this ground's quite hard, and obviously it's been dry for a while. I'm digging with a grading bucket and a little digger, so I have to take a few pulls, but now we can check that area. There you go, dead on zero. Pull it in a bit. Got dead on zero. 2 mil high, 20 mil high. So, you know, it's dead easy to kind of do. And then obviously, as a normal operator, you just follow that grade anyway. As I say, I'm not the world's best operator, but I'm just trying to help you understand how the Idig works, because it's taken me a while and I'm still not sure I've got my head fully around it. So by all means, tell me what I'm doing or what I can do better. Always up for comments. So a bit deep there, you see, it's negative 30 mil, negative 20 mil, so I can bring myself up a bit. But you're getting that real time, you know, you haven't got to have your man on the ground or any of that stuff. It honestly saves so much time. I'm going to have to do a dumper run in a minute. So I just pull that so it looks a bit tidier, even though it might be a little bit deep. When you're grading out areas for stone, keeping it, you know, if you can keep yourself within a 10 mil tolerance, that's bloody good really, and that's where it will start earning you money, because you're not spending money on extra muck away or extra stone in and all that sort of thing. And for me, you know, I do a lot of driveway dig outs and smaller areas, patios and that sort of thing, and I dig a lot of the time without the laser because I just don't need to. You know, I'm doing a tiny little area like this, and it just doesn't need. So I re-reference myself now. I've moved. That bit was good. So it's now telling me it, you know, it needs to go down another 20 mil because obviously I've gone downhill again. The machine that is and moved. So pull that back in. This is virtually going to be nothing by the time I get to here, which is the sort of plan. Just scrape the grass off. Yeah, so that's really how you dig without a laser. Not perfect for everybody, but you know, useful little way to do it when you've got a small area to do. You know, just saves getting the laser out the car. Or you just want to like throw a bit of, you know, topsoil about an area, nothing that's too accurate. You can just flick it about nice and easy with the you know, no laser. So it's always comes in handy. Anyway, I got to do a dumper run and get on with some work. So catch you in a bit.